Finger.
Spilled some tea. Hi, everybody. Okay, today's going to be a little bit different. Oh, I'm in, I've got a cold. Now let me see if I can, before I turn you on to what I'm doing, because everybody seems to ask me to show what I'm doing. I show you what I'm doing when there's no video coming from it. There is no video coming from what I'm about to do. Okay? I'm going to make pancake mix while we visit. Then I'm going to make noodles. And the noodles you'll watch me make along with the other camera because that's for the soup video. Now let me put this. Like people ask me for, whoops. People ask me, oh, I got the wrong glasses on. Oh. People have been saying, I can't see what you're doing. Can I have the recipe, please? Well, the recipe, canning apple scrap jelly. Oh, good girl. Or a person. I didn't see who that was that said that. The thing is I'm here to visit. So if you want the recipes for my pancake mix, it's on our half-acre homestead, and just look up instant pancake mix. Okay? I've got my cup of tea. Hey, Luann, Tina, hi. Now I want to correct something. I've said it repeatedly, but I think some people don't understand what's going on with my mouth. Aside from when I'm in pain, I sound like a sailor. Now, what's going on with my mouth is bone loss. And it's not from tartar, and it's not, I have no infections or anything like that. The pain is simply the bone that's holding my teeth in place is, hi Corey, hi Karen, Agnieszka, hi! Oh, it's so good to see you. The bone that's holding my teeth in place is disintegrating. And the only thing holding my teeth, what's left of them in place, is mostly nerves and gums. Especially from the outside, it's moving in. And that means whenever I take a hot drink of tea or something cold, or I chew the wrong way, I get into massive pain. And the only thing that helps is putting a wad of paper towel in my mouth and biting down on it to push the teeth back in. Yes, I have to go to a dentist. No, I don't need antibiotics because there's no infection. Okay? All right, let's get on to making pancakes. Now, if I show you what I'm doing, or pancake mix, I need, hey, Robin Rose. Hey, Lola Granola, J and B. Now, if you want to see me work here, if you want to see what I'm doing, say so now. If you want to see me while we talk, while I work, say so now. Okay? Because let me just get measuring my flour here. For my pancake mix, you need flour, powdered milk, powdered eggs, which are easy to get on Amazon. Hi, Karen. How's it good? You want to, okay. I don't care either way. And baking powder. So we got powdered milk, powdered eggs, baking powder, and flour. And I keep it in one of these. So I'm going to fill this up And I'm going to measure just how much it takes because I want to fill this jug. And this jug is bigger than it looks. Hi, Stacy. Okay, Michelle, thank you. You watch all my channels. Okay, so this is all right. This is a half cup. I need a full cup. Now, here's the trick, folks. I'll be right back. This is my first cup of tea of the day. I did not sleep all night. You can measure with anything you want as long as you use that same article to measure with. And this is up to the ring, up to the threads. This is a 1 cup. Not because of my teeth. I was up all night because I've got a cold. And it's Howie went back to work. He's got a cold. He had it really bad. And I felt like something was at the edge of the back of my sinuses. Help me count here, folks. So, 1. And I kept going all night because it felt like it was right at the back of my sinuses, right? And it would not, 2. It would not go away. So, what I did, I stayed up and then I made Howie breakfast, Howie lunch. How many was that, folks? Was that 2 or 3? I'm going to say 2. Okay, let me count first. 3. See, I'm going above the thing. 4. But I'm measuring with this cup. So everything's going to be, I'm not using more than 1 cup. 4. So when I got up, that's 4. When I got up and I made Howie breakfast and that, I took a half of a Benadryl when I went back to bed. And of course, my Tylenol, my muscle relaxer. And when I woke up, that was at 6:30 or 6 o'clock. When I woke up at 9, I snorted. And then what came out was bloody and rubbery. Really bad. So I'm not going to talk anymore about it. But then I went back. I was able to go back to sleep longer. So I caught up on my sleep. 4? You think that's 5? Well, we'll figure it out. Let's say 5. So that's what's going on. And I've got a FaceTime call with Bubba and Mel between 2 and 4. And I have 6. We'll figure it out because you know what's going in here is I'll be able to actually, you know what I'm doing? This is stupid. You know what? This is really ridiculous. I just realized something. 7, 8. Okay, I'm going to say 9. This is what works. 9, 10. Hey, Linda. Yeah, Sherry's in the hospital. Sherry Harris Holtcamp or Nana's Menagerie. I haven't got the full story, but something's going on, and she's in the hospital. So I'm going to leave my flour out because we're going to be making noodles. I'm seeing Bubba on FaceTime between 2 and 4, and then my live stream with my patrons at 4 o'clock. And then I'm editing. So I'm really quite busy. I just got out of bed at 11:30. So, how many cups of flour did you guys count? I counted 10. So I'm going to pour some. Lost count. I'm going to pour some through this into the strainer here. And I'm going to add close to a full normal cup. not like a full jar. I'm going to do 1 of egg powder. Maybe we'll do just a little bit more. Yeah, okay, so 10 of flour, 1 of egg powder. And let's get some of this sifted down through so we can add some more flour. And we're going to use 2 cups of powdered milk. It probably changes every time I do it. I'm going to set this. Look, I'm setting this right in the middle of the strainer here. Oh, there goes my cord. And I'm just going to, because I got to get some more powdered milk. And there we go. 2 cups of powdered milk. So let's say 2 cups of powdered milk, instant. 1 cup of powdered eggs. Sorry, folks. 1 cup of powdered eggs, 10 cups of flour, 2 cups of instant powdered milk. I'm going to add some more flour on top here. I like to layer it as I sift it. The milk does not necessarily always like to go down through the sifter. And I'm going to add, so 10 cups. There's 3 teaspoons in a tablespoon. Teaspoon per cup of flour. So that is 10 teaspoons, which is 3 tablespoons plus 1 teaspoon of baking powder. 3 tablespoons plus 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Now, I don't add sugar. You can add sugar if you want. Oh, that's the wrong salt. Okay. Let me get the milk and the baking powder off the table because we're going to do powdered eggs, or we're going to do noodles next. Let's get these and put them over here. I've already got my vegetables in the soup. What am I up here looking for as well? Salt. So we got a big pot, well, not a big pot, but a really rich pot, and I'm going to put in probably a teaspoon of salt. And I'm just going to do this. I want to break up the eggs because these powdered eggs, once you open them, you keep them in the fridge. I keep them in jars. And I'm going to have to order some for this winter because I have 1 more jar in the freezer. I really don't cook with them all that much. I bake with it more. Hey, Corey. You've got me wanting, oh, well, see, the reason I'm going to be using powdered eggs in my egg noodles is because I'm down to 2 eggs. We just bought 18 eggs, but I ended up making 3 pumpkin pies. 3, right? That's a lot of eggs. All right, let's get this and a little bit more, the last of the flour in here. I don't know if mine are shelf stable or not, but it says they're sprayed. They're not freeze dried. They're spray dried. So they're not freeze dried. So I keep mine in a jar in the fridge and use them as I need them. Here we go. See, there's always a little bit of egg powder and milk powder in the bottom, but there we go. We just push that on through and back into the pancake bottle. This goes. I want to stir it up a bit. Hey, Willows. So there's videos coming on our half acre homestead. I don't even know what I recorded. I know I stripped the chicken. And you guys watch me make a pumpkin pie. That's not going to be a video. You've all seen me make a pumpkin pie, right? Oh. Now this is absolutely instant. Just add water. I keep it in the fridge. It lasts for as long as you keep it in the fridge. But for us, I make Howie pancakes like twice a week. And you just add, you put a certain amount in a cup or a bowl, and then you add cold water and whisk it until it's to the right thickness that you want it. I keep it in the fridge. It never lasts long enough. Usually when I make pancake mix, I make it and bag it and put it in the freezer, but I'm running out of room in the freezer. So, see? It's filling up. And then I'm going to make noodles. And I am going to turn the camera around so you can see me doing it on camera. Give me a second. I'm really not feeling well. I just feel kind of weak. It is a perfect container for it, isn't it? I have two of them. I keep my popcorn in one and I just keep topping it up. Oh, shit. Rebecca, thank you for my Yorkshire Gold loose leaf tea. I can make my tea as strong as I want. Perfectly. And I want it strong today. No, honey, I'm not making a big batch of noodles for preserving. Making pumpkin. Hey, Brenda. Well, you know what, Sherry? I'm going to be doing that probably tomorrow. Because it's Wednesday and I feel like it's Monday. Honestly, because Howie was home yesterday, right? So, I'm not making noodles. I'm not making noodles in a big batch right now. I'm just making them for tonight's soup. So it's going to be quick. Does it taste better? No, it doesn't taste any different. It tastes like pumpkin pie. Sour cream, yogurt, milk, cream, it doesn't matter, right? I think I did that pretty good, folks. Because this, woof, toof. My kitchen is now gluten contaminated again. This will do at least a month. Oh, I gotta open a window. I'm hot. I can't decide whether I'm hot or cold. Oh, this is going in the fridge. And I put it in the fridge. Well, you can't see, but I lay it down on its side on a shallow shelf. All right, let's get this camera going. Okay, folks, I'm getting ready to make my noodles here for my soup tonight. And I'm not making a lot. It's just for the soup. So I'm going to do 3/4 of a cup of flour. One heaping tablespoon of egg powder. If you're going to use real eggs, just use 1 egg. And 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Now I'm going to stir this up. I'm going to stir this up. I'm just making enough noodles for tonight's supper. I gotta move you down a little bit. There we go. Now I'm gonna go get a half a cup or a cup of water, 3/4 of a cup of water. It's usually about the same amount of water as, oh no, because let's just do it by texture. Let's just do this by texture. Now, like I said, if you were using an egg, you would use a cup of flour to 1 egg to a bit of salt, but I'm adding water because of the eggs. So let's just, I got maybe a half a cup of water in here. Now I may have to add more. I may have to add more flour, I may have to add more water. Let's just see. Yeah, I'm probably going to need just a little bit more water. Oh. I'm using this great big bowl because I just used it to mix pancake mix, folks. So I'm not going to dirty another bowl. All right, this looks pretty good, actually. It's sticky, but scrape all the anything stuck to the bowl. And then we'll be right back, and I will meet you guys over at the KitchenAids. You're going to watch me make noodles. Because this is all a part of the soup video. Chicken soup. Can't have corn. Well, you can have corn if it's cornmeal. But you can't have, a lot of people with diverticulosis can't have corn because the skin's on each kernel. It's not so much things, it's seeds and skins, right? Like if you got diverticulosis and you want an apple, you got to peel it, right? A beef broth to can my mushroom, and that way I can use the liquid to make gravy. Oh, that's awesome. I don't can mushrooms. I can never find a good deal on them. Noodle dough for tonight's supper. Now I'm going to turn you guys around. I'm going to wash my hands. I'm going to put some stuff away. Okay. All right. I am an excellent what? Thank you. I don't see myself as a teacher. I see myself as sharing the things that I learn, right? Like nowadays, a lot of people work with powdered eggs. A lot of people work with dry pantry ingredients. So it's nice to see, it's nice to be able to show people different ways of doing things. Like making noodles with, I'm going to need this little bit of flour in the bowl here just to go through the rollers. All right, I'll be with you in a second. I'm going to show you how I do this. This is a silicone baking mat, but I like it for putting under things when I'm working so that I can clean up easier. All right, let's put this over here. Oh, right, I can just do this. This is what I love about this, because I can just do this. All right, now I cannot see the chat, folks. I'm putting this down so that I can catch any flour. So here we go. I always bang my rollers because no matter how well you clean them, I have to take a brush to this one. I'll be right back. We're gonna loosen this, put this on. There we go, tighten this back up, and I've got this backwards. No, I don't. Okay. Always run it because there may be things stuck in there from the last time. Now, oh God. And then we're going to take this one. It's easier just to roll it out by hand, but I just don't have the patience today. Okay, so now we have can you guys see that? So I'm going to get this moving. And I'm going to take a piece of my dough. And it's really sticky, so this is why I have flour. I drop it in some flour. And this actually is working the noodle dough, okay? Oh, this might be a little thin. We will see. I put the flour in the bowl. I'm gonna have to get some more flour. Now, you can make this thinner or thicker. I usually start out thick. I'll be right back. I need some more flour here. Just as long as you groove me, baby. Groove me, baby. Okay, I'm putting some flour in the bottom of my bowl here just so that I can dab the dough. I actually am going to mix this back in. And I just kind of get my ball going, and then if it feels sticky, I drop it in some flour. What are we on? Are we on a thin setting? I want it on a thick setting at first, just so that it helps mix it. And it's still sticky, so I drop it back in the bowl. See, I've floured it again. Oh, I should be. Excuse me, I've got to set up my other camera. I forgot. I got focused on you guys, which is okay. Okay. I keep flouring my dough until it comes through without any issues. But it's still really sticky. Fold it up, put it through. Flour it again. Flour again, and I just keep folding it and flouring it. I should have made it a little less wet, but I prefer it to be slightly wet to begin with, so that, because if it's too dry, it breaks apart. So you want it wet so that you can add flour as you roll it. You see me folding it. I don't have to add any more flour now, I don't think. Maybe just a bit. That's on the mat below here. I have a silicone mat on the table here to catch flour and dough bits. All right. Once I have the rest of the noodle dough, there, this is thick, but this is where I want it for the moment. Now we're going to start with the other one, and then we're going to make them thinner and we're going to cut them out. Hey, Black Rock, I can barely see some of the chat here, folks, but I can't touch the phone while I'm doing this. Tweedle, 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 dee. Do you know I didn't sing that for Bubba this weekend? And don't forget, if there's any patrons here, I'll see you at 4 o'clock this afternoon. And I'm just rinsing and repeating this process. You guys see okay? Dropping it in the bowl where I have the little bit of flour. Got a piece of dough, tuck it in. And I think we're just almost ready for thinner noodles, or for thinner dough. See, and I floured it again. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. We may have to add more flour as we thin it out. We'll see. One more time through. You see how this breaks up? That's because it's still wet and stretching. And I think you get the hang of how it feels. Kind of feels like silly putty, but without stickiness. That's the texture you want. And like puff pastry, all right, this went through too thick. All right, we're going to start thinning this out. Where are we here? We don't want them too thick. I like thick noodles. And now, this is my first piece, and I'm just going to rip some off. Rip off a piece. Gen X, keep your minds out of the gutter. Could go a little bit thinner. And you might find that it starts to pull apart a little bit. That's okay. That's just it being rolled into the proper consistency. And I like to fold it so that it starts to go into a rectangle as it comes through the roller. Like so. And I just want to tap it with flour a little bit more. I'm going to fold this in half. And now we're going to turn this one on. And we're going to cut the noodles. Like this. And I'm going to hang them on the side of the bowl. Yes, this one gets squeaky. I'm hanging them on the side of the bowl, see? Fold. One more fold. Drop it in a bit of flour because it's feeling sticky. And it's best if when you fold it, that you put it back through in the opposite direction. Maybe a little bit too thin for this. There we go. I'll move through one more time. I'm not putting it through in the opposite because now I will. Just like this. And through the cutter it goes. And onto the side of the bowl. Now, this would be a massive job if I was actually making noodles for like a month, which I just might do soon. Oh, that's a little too fast. I should have floured that. Yeah, I felt that. You make a sweet taste in my mouth, and I want you to be my spouse, so we can live happily in a big old roomy house. Just as long as you groove me, baby. I'll make this a little bit thinner. Now that it's, whoops, not thicker. One more. Drop it. And I'm going to make this just a little bit more open. There we go. It does not want to go any thinner than that. I'm sorry I can't see the chat here, folks. That's too thick. There we go. And I hang them over the side of the bowl. And this is our last piece of dough. I know it looks like a lot of work, folks, but noodles that you've made yourself are just incomparable when you're making your own soup, right? And that chicken was one of my chickens. The carrots were from my garden. The leeks and the onions in the soup and the celery are from my garden. So why would I not make homemade noodles, right? Oh, had a bit of a lump go through there. A little bit more flour, if I can find some in the bowl here. One more time through, like this. Oh yeah, okay, I shouldn't have made it that thick going through. Don't try and put it too much through at once. And about 15 minutes before Howard comes home for work, I will be putting these noodles in the soup. Let's take these off. I'll clean them after. Here is all the noodles for tonight's supper. Do you want to see the soup? Here are all the noodles for tonight's soup. Now I can shut that camera off until later. Hang on, guys. Oh. Okay, let me put some stuff away and then I'm going to sit down for a second. Put my eggs back in the fridge. Oh. Clean the table off here. And that okay. Any questions? I got about 20 minutes left before I have to turn my phone off of the do not disturb setting. Oh, you wanted to see. Oh, you'll see the soup in the video. You'll see the soup in the video. Oh, very good. That's what Bubba does. He goes, he looks at me and goes, I've not Grandy anymore. Because A, Grandy's going to be too hard for him to say, and I keep calling myself Granny or Grammy when I'm talking to him. I use them they'll sit there and dry all afternoon until I'm ready to put them in the soup. I put them in the soup 15 minutes before. But if you have a drying rack, you can dry them. Like I'm going to do a video another day of doing just egg noodles. And then I'm going to fill up half-gallon jars with noodles. Or maybe that big plastic tub on the stove. That's the stuff from the soup. I've scooped it out and I'm cooling it down so I can pick some meat out. The broth is in the crock pot with the carrots I peeled yesterday, with celery, with leeks and onions. And I'm not adding potatoes because I don't have any. Gracie was amazing with Bubba. Once she figured out that she had to be like, it's not that she's not gentle with him, but she gets excited. But she realized he was such a little person. And every time he'd be on the floor, sometimes she'd go and stand right over him. Like she was like a sunshade over him. And that's a very protective canine behavior. My grandmother always added them raw. Well, you can add them raw. But I mean, it doesn't matter if they dry a little bit before they go in. I'm just doing them now to get it out of the way so that I don't, like, if I just wanted to show you how I work with the two KitchenAids to do that. That will make a huge job go a lot easier. Hi, Irene. Do your son and wife have a dog? No, they have 2 cats. And I'm getting ready to get a cat because I've had enough of mice. Or reading or singing videos for Bubba. I do have reading videos. Little House on the Prairie, all kinds of stuff like that. But that might be a good idea. But the problem with that is picking the books, right? No children's books. Well, I might. It depends on, I've got so much work on my hands. So much work on my hands. I haven't got my carrots yet. That reminds me. I got to phone Howie. And no, I'm not asking him to bring me home a bag of carrots today. I'm not. I'm taking tomorrow off. Tomorrow's Thursday. So this weekend I will be doing carrots upon carrots upon carrots. And after the carrots are dehydrated and canned. Oh, do you want to hear something cool? It's not to show dominance. That is a protective thing. Dominance is when they dry hump. And I'll tell you how I know. Because when I get in bed at night, Gracie and I have our ritual. I sit on the side of the bed and I give her half a Benadryl about 3 times a week. And she gets a treat. And then she comes over here to take her pill because I got to put it in the right side of her mouth. And the easiest, does anybody have problems giving dogs pills? Because it's really simple. You open their mouth, you put it in here, and you push it down the right side of their throat. The right side. Like that. And then they just swallow it. There's no fight. Once she figured that out and she got a treat afterwards, she takes pills, no problem. But I'll give her her treats, I'll take my meds, and then I will roll down and lay in bed. And as I do that, she would occasionally do this dry humping thing. Now, she was fixed before she ever had her first menses. So she is, yeah, I don't even do that. Just like this, like that. Um, I'll show you sometime how easy it is. But so she doesn't understand. A body language of humping is a dominance thing. It's not sex. It's not about sex. It's a dominance thing. So if sometime I've had to train her because once she's had her treats, she stands on the bed waiting for me to get in so she can go under the blanket. She goes in between the blanket and the sheet. Yeah, she's my son. And if I lay down, like if I flop down suddenly and I roll onto my back to grab my blankets, that's me showing my belly. And that's a submissive posture. And so she'll hump. Like she won't hump me, just her bum will go like this. And I'll say, no, you don't. There's only one alpha bitch in this house and it's me. Right? So she rarely does it anymore, but she does to Howie all the time. It's like, he goes, quit that. Well, thank you. Hi, yellow bird. See, Gracie knows. All I have to do is shake the Benadryl bottle and she comes over to the left side of me on the bed so I can give her her pill and I give her a biscuit and then she goes over to this side and she waits for her liver treats. She's, it's a shame she's getting old because she's so perfectly trained in so many ways, right? Like, they were, everybody was watching the way Gracie and I talked and everything this week. And they were like, oh, the baby. Gracie's a lot smarter than people think, right? I'll let her out to run as long as I'm standing on the porch and she has her pee and she comes back in. But if she wants to stay outside, she'll come on the stairs where I'm standing and she'll be like, she'll just look at me. It's like, you don't want to come in? And then she'll look around. Like, I kind of want to stay outside. And I'll go, okay, come in, get your collar on. And I keep her collar on its lead, hanging from the doorknob. It's so loose, she can get out of it. It's also a breakaway collar. It's so loose that I just hold it up and she tucks her nose in it and I pull it over her head. And then when she's done, she barks and I bring her in and I grab it from the back and she goes like this and she pulls it off. Like she pulls her head out of it and I hang it on the doorknob. It is an agreement between me and my dog that when she's on the lead, she stays on the lead. Now, if I'm working outside, it's zoomies time. She just loves, she runs like she's a pup when it's come times for zoomies. And but she's getting old, right? She's 7, right? And for a boxer, that's like me right now. Right? I'm 59. She's 59, basically. We're the same age. And actually, now she's starting to age more. That she's going to age faster than me. Howie's already looking for, not already, but he sees Gracie and he sees that he wants to start looking for other dogs, which we will never get another dog while we have Gracie. What? I'm not talking about you. Am I talking about you, Gracie? Let's see. One thing Gracie loves. Oh, she doesn't like eggs, but she likes it. Do you want a piece of egg noodle? Come on. Linda Bop wants to see you. Come here. Come here, get the treat. No? You're not up to it? She's like, I'm in the chair, Mom. All right, here she comes. Come on, get a noodle. Want a noodle? Come on. Yes, that's a dirty tea towel on the floor. Can you see her? Hang on a second. Let's try this. Over here, Grace. Grace, come here. See, she's avoiding the camera. Over here. You want a little piece of egg noodle? Sit. Oh, yeah. Get me out of my chair, and then you tell me to sit. No, you don't go away with it. That's it, Linda. That's all you get. That's all she'd give you. We have a dehumidifier going in the basement until the heat gets turned on down there, which it's not. It's not cold enough for the heat to be on down there. Well, listen, kiddies, I got to clean up my mess. And she really knows what she wants. She really does. Oh. Let's give her some crack. And I don't actually mean crack, people. I mean chicken. See, there's lots of chicken left. You want a piece of chicken? You want a piece of chicken? Come here. She knows the word chicken, eh? She knows the word chicken. Oh. What's this? Come here. Over here and sit. Over here. You know what this is? Now, can you see her, guys? This is really special. You have to say, please. What? I didn't hear you. Say please. Louder. Louder. Say, good girl. Oh my goodness. Now see, she's going to sit and wait for more. All right, cool. It's all done. All gone. No, I'm not giving you any more. Go lay down. Mommy, baby. Let me see your ears. We got to clean your ears today. No, your ears look pretty good. Oh, mommy, baby. There, so you can see. Just watch the claws. You mommy, baby. Oh, my goodness. Hey, don't thank me. The lives were Corey's idea. Oh, yes. Mommy's not handling any food anymore, so I give you a crotcha. You're not getting any more chicken. You're not. Can I have a kiss? Give me a kiss. All right, go lay down. Yeah, go lay down. So, this is Mrs. Wolfie from Life with the Wolfies. Hey, Angela! I'm going into my office to edit and wait for Bubba and Mel to call. This is Mrs. Wolfie from Life with the Wolfies, and today was in the kitchen with Mrs. Wolfie. All right, patrons, I will see you at 4 o'clock. All right, mwah! I got dough on my finger. Here, Grace. Big dough? It's on your nose. Shall we give her a real treat? Let's turn this, like, I love this bendy thing. Oh, this isn't even open. My hands don't want to work. We have extra from the weekend. See that? It's on your lip. It's on your chin. You want some more? Whoa, there you go. There, Linda. I love you guys. Take care. God bless. And I will see you live again when I'm sitting here peeling carrots. Take care. God bless.